Alright, so guys, everyone's asking what we think about PTE versus IELTS. Can you give us your impressions? Ryan, do you want to kick off?
Sure. I think there's differences between the two. Some, like the reading section in the PTE, tends to be easier than the reading section in the IELTS. But for say the listening, it's harder in the PTE because there's just different things you have to learn about.
That's right. So in the reading section of IELTS, what you've got is you've got 16 different question types. You have true, false, not given, you have paragraph headings. In PTE you only have 5 different question types, and all those question types will be in the test. It's not that they sometimes put them in, sometimes don't put them in. The reading sections are a lot shorter, and you just have to do a few more exercises. So again, I also agree, PTE reading is probably easier. Listening, I would think, is probably harder. You have to do far more exercises. However, they're testing a lot more different skills. So you actually have the chance, if some of the skills that IELTS isn't checking, if you can do them well in PTE, PTE will cover that. So in that sense, even though the listening, they're asking more, it actually might be beneficial to you.
So what about the writing tasks?
Yep, so writing is basically, in the IELTS, you have the general and the academic people both have a task 2 where they have an essay and they have to write 40 minutes of the essay. In PTE you have either 1 essay or you get 2 essays. You only have 20 minutes for that essay. Now initially that might seem quite difficult because the essays are very similar, IELTS and PTE. However, because you have 20 minutes, it's not expected that it is as good. So if you're somebody who works fast, who can bring his point across fast, but maybe isn't that perfect, then PTE would be better for you than IELTS, because IELTS, you have a lot of time. 40 minutes is more than enough time. However, it needs to be really good. Now, task 1 in IELTS, the graph doesn't exist in the writing in PTE. They check that knowledge in speaking.
Right.
And also writing a letter, so task 1 for the general people does not exist in writing in PTE. They don't check that at all. That's not checked at all. So, which brings us quite neatly to speaking. Speaking in IELTS is about 11 to 18 minutes, and most people know how that is. So part 1, we just talk about, we'll ask you some